Genocide Joe that has to go. It's the entire system that has to go.
Well, hello, my winter bakemans and baked women's and baked bagels and blah, 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 blah. How do you doodle? Anyway, I bet you thought that they took me. Well, guess what? You're right. They did take me. But they brought me back. Better than ever. Anyway, I'll be right back after this quick message from Shabby Zane, and then I have gathered all the beautiful, wonderful views of the total solar eclipse for you to enjoy right here all in one place, so you don't have to go look them up separately. I've got them all for you right here. And then after that, I'll be back with what has happened during the eclipse and what's happened leading all the way up until now, after the eclipse. I'll be right back in about 6 minutes. Enjoy them.
The Most High is getting ready to show them something very different that's getting ready to mess their heads up here. They don't see it coming, but it's definitely coming. Why? Because you are protected. You're a protected divine being. And so that's why you have this sudden wealth coming through, because the Most High is going to show them just how protected you are, how protected your wealth is, how protected your gifts are. They're getting ready to see something here, and it's going to put them into a state of depression here. They're going to be grieving lots of losses here. It's not going to be nice. You know, this is going to be beyond their financial abundance. It's going to be their mental state, their emotional state, their physical state, their health. You know, their everything is going to come crumbling down. And I mean, we all have free will to make decisions, you know? And so you got to let people do what they're going to do.
And for all of our locations up on this path of totality here too, make sure you set a timer on your watch or a phone or something to remind yourself to look outside and experience this. You don't want to miss this. If you do miss it, you got a long time to wait for the next big one across America. That's going to be in 2045. So make sure you're watching and watching safely here.
The stuff here, we also have rockets on the other side of the country being launched. So again, study that. Oh, look at that. There's the diamond ring.
That's right. We're not there, but I feel the energy just watching it.
So this is because of the craters, the peaks and valleys of the moon, we're seeing the last bits that are just getting through, and now we're getting to totality. This is great. So you're starting to see those pink fingers out there kind of sticking out.
Wow. So again, totality here in Mazatlan, Mexico, the first community in North America to experience the moon completely eclipsing the sun. And if you are in Mazatlan right now, it is now safe to remove your eclipse glasses for the next 4 minutes.
Wow. What is going into totality? Wow. There you have it. We are in. Yep, that diamond ring came through, and we see a little bit of those Bailey beads too as we're looking at it, those kind of the lights trickling through around the surface of the moon, coming through the peaks and valleys.
So what are we viewing on the left-hand side? This almost pink color effect.
Right, and so as we just heard from the last totality, you know, these pink fingers are popping out a little bit, and those are those solar prominences. They're appearing pink because of the helium rich, but we can see, let's focus on the corona here, that glow that we're getting, and we can see basically these streams that are coming out, a lot of that energy and brightness that we do not have the ability to see on a day-to-day basis.
Disappear. We are now at the point of a total solar eclipse, and you can hear what that means to everyone.
Over Quebec, that is in the path of totality. It's been an incredible afternoon witnessing this rare celestial event. Millions of people from all over North America have been tuning in to try and take this spectacle in.
The sun itself, because as we know, with global warming and other things, we can go ahead and experience what's going on, and we need to learn about what's going on with the sun so that we can go ahead and better prepare ourselves to survive on this planet.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Astronaut Mark Polanski there explaining what will happen during this moment of totality. And Yalda, I've never experienced a total solar eclipse before. I experienced a partial solar eclipse, a couple of decades ago. And someone described it to me yesterday and said, You're watching the total solar eclipse, which is visible now in Erie, Pennsylvania. Before that, we were listening to Jesse Kirch, who is from NBC, and he was reporting live from Cleveland, Ohio, capturing the emotion of this extraordinary moment as we see it cross North America. Those stunning images emerge. I've still got my panelists here with me, Kate and Sheila. And Kate, I mean, this is quite a sight, and you and I and Sheila have been able to witness it over the last hour and a half or so, over and over again, which has just been phenomenal.
It feels like we've had a whole hour-long eclipse, whereas these people are only seeing it for 3-4 minutes at a time. But it really is spectacular. And one of the guests...
I'm just going to interrupt you, sorry.
And well, I hope you found some satisfactory out of that. But hold on just a second. We're not done with the eclipse just yet. I don't think anyone else noticed this but me, because I haven't seen anyone talk about it. But on 2 different occasions, I seen what looked like to be a pyramid on the moon. Now, one was on the footage from Ohio, and the other was on the footage from Mexico. Have a gander.
There, with that glow around the edges is just remarkable. And Noni, you've seen this before, but why did you need to see it again?
You know what, honestly? Because my brother got the shot and I didn't. I wasn't prepared.
This is all for the Instagram post. With that glow around the edges is just remarkable. And Noni, you've seen this before, but why did you need to see it again?
You know what, honestly? Because my brother got the shot and I didn't. I wasn't prepared.
This is all for the Instagram post.
Did you see that picture? So I think that was Mazatlan from the ground, which normally would be daytime hours. You can see some palm trees. I don't know if they still have that other picture, but it was dark as night. Like, I was kind of like, what are we looking at the sky? I'm like, no, that is what it's going to be like. You're going to look around, and it's so strange, the middle of the afternoon, to be. Did you see that picture? So I think that was Mazatlan from the ground, which normally would be daytime hours. You can see some palm trees. I don't know if they still have that other picture, but it was dark as night. Like, I was kind of like, what are we looking at the sky? I'm like, no, that is what it's going to be like. You're going to look around, and it's so strange, the middle of the afternoon, to be.
Well, as you can see, we're here at the beautiful Cave of Wonders, aka Coffin Rock. It's not so weird. Just like this stuff that's been going on. It's not so weird. It's been going on since the dawn of time, but people will blame it on the Eclipse. Have a gander while I go inside and explore. I'll be right back.
In a captivating yet rare display, Italy's Mount Etna has started puffing volcanic vortex rings. The circles of gas are reportedly emitting from a new crater formed inside the volcano.
Believe it or not, this is the Arabian Desert, specifically the United Arab Emirates, which is right now drying out from historic rainfall. This comes after deadly storms hit it and its bordering nation, Oman, earlier this week. The flood shut down Dubai's airport and has flooded highways there. More than 5.5 inches of rain fell over a 24-hour period, which, just to put that in context, is more than the region gets in an entire year, typically.
Also known as the bird flu, has been slowly spreading in the U.S. among birds. Last week, the CDC put out a health alert concerning the virus, and as health experts work to track the spread, economists are watching closely, saying if it gets worse, costs at the grocery store for things like milk and eggs could go up.
Oakley dokley then. So now we've got a pyramid on the moon in plain sight, seen from 2 different locations. There could have been more, I don't know. I only seen the 2. But we also have smoke rings coming out of a volcano on the same said day as Eclipse. On top of that, we have flooding in the desert, but flooding never happens. And then what else do we have? Disease among man. But that is not all, my Winnebagoes. No, sirree, Bobby P. Why don't you and I take a more in-depth gander at what is really going on?
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Weijia Jiang in Washington. A major new escalation in the Middle East. Tonight, Iran launched an unprecedented attack on Israel. It involves dozens of drones launched from Iranian territory. A first. This is in retaliation for Israel's bombing of Iran's consulate in Syria earlier this month, which killed a number of senior leaders of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard. Earlier today, Israel shut down all school activities in anticipation of an attack. The United States has been helping Israel tonight, shooting down some drones. There is significant concern that this could widen the ongoing Israel-Gaza war to more of the Middle East.
And so there you have it. Iran launches an attack on the land of Israel, the land of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Launched an attack on them, but have no fear. Have no fear. Because Joe Blow, a.k.a. Hiding Joe Biden, and his goon squad came to the rescue and ordered the U.S. Sheepatary to shoot most of the missiles down. But after that, guess what Hiding Biden had to say to Bibi? And if you don't know who that is, that's Benjamin Netanyahu. I call him Bibi. But guess what Hiding Biden had to say?
As the president told Benjamin Netanyahu and the War Council, take the win.
For the administration to say this. You were able to knock some drones out of the sky, maybe 300 Shahed 136 carrying a payload of, let's say, roughly 100 pounds of ordnance, each one of them. We helped you knock them out of the sky. Let's just leave it at that, and let's allow them to regroup and maybe do something more substantial. Let's allow them to regroup and realize that, as the administration said, they're not going to have your back and retaliating. Let's allow them to regroup while you have 40 Democrats in the House, one of them being Nancy Pelosi, a pretty mainstream Democrat, going out there and saying, let's essentially embargo and sanction Israel in this literal time of war by not transferring any further arms to Israel, which is what the letter they literally wrote last week said. And this is the message that Democrats, the Biden administration, and House Democrats, it's what they're all sending to Iran and to any foreign intelligence agencies out there that are paying attention to this conflict.
Yeah, he actually said that. Told Benjamin Netanyahu, just take the win. Just take the win, baby. What win are you talking about, JoJo? What win? The win that says, attack us anytime you want with everything you've got. We'll just shoot it down and let it go at that and not do anything about it. Is that the win you're talking about, JoJo? Because if you ask me, that is 1,000% cowardism. And if you look up the word cowardism in the dictionary, it will have a picture of you, Joe Biden, right next to the word cowardism. And that is your definition of cowardism. Now, let's move it on along to the old sack of bones, bag of bones, hag, drunk hag at that, Nancy Pelosi, who wants to cut all support and all aid to Israel. Why don't you have a gander at this?
Nancy Pelosi, former House Speaker and a key Biden ally, signed a letter on Friday from dozens of congressional Democrats to President and Secretary of State Blinken. They urged a halt to weapons transfers to Israel. Support from Pelosi, a veteran member of Biden's Democratic Party, for stopping the transfer of weapons showed the view is increasingly becoming mainstream in the party.
Yeah. Now you're probably saying to yourself, yeah, sure, Joe Biden is an incompetent imbecile that lacks a brain. And yeah, sure, Nancy Pelosi is an old sack of bones drunk hag. But you're probably also asking yourself, what does any of this that you have shown me today have to do with me? Well, if you're an American, a Christian, or a Jew, I'm not going to tell you what it has to do with you. I am going to show you what it has to do with you.
Another shocking low for Joe Biden's America. The pro-Hamas crowd apparently feels emboldened enough to chant "Death to America" while holding a rally in Dearborn, Michigan. The anti-Israel agitators also hitting up Joe Biden's Wilmington, Delaware home, where he spent the weekend. But it looks like the left's pressure campaign's working. Biden's been caving and issuing harsher public criticism of Israel's war on Hamas 6 months since the terror attack. Democrats are also going soft on Hamas.
And here in New York, more protests tonight outside the Israeli consulate on the east side of Manhattan. Pro-Palestinians and pro-Israelis, all of them in the streets. These are pictures from Newscopter 7. The crowd's growing over the last hour. The political and violent battles between the Palestinians and Israelis have been going on for 75 years. Peace has always seemed evasive, and it certainly does now. But maybe now a two-state solution proposed by so many over the years might finally have a chance to end all this insanity.
This is unbelievable. Anti-Israeli protesters find the Hezbollah flag in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Yes, the terroristic flag located in Lebanon. They're chanting also "Death to America" in a few languages while marching through the streets of various cities in America.
Protesters jamming up traffic for hours on the Brooklyn Bridge, some even burning the American flag. Look at that.
Meanwhile, on the other coast, in San Francisco, 38 activists were arrested after shutting down the Golden Gate Bridge for almost 5 hours. Another group blocked several sections of the freeway around the Bay Area, brought the city to a grind.
And in Chicago, travelers heading to O'Hare International Airport were forced to drag their luggage down the highway after protesters completely blocked access to main terminal. 54 people were arrested there.
There is only one solution! There is only one solution! It is for the revolution! It is for the revolution! We are Hamas! Yes, we're all Hamas!
Where were we, in Syria? Is that unbelievable that happened today in New York City? It's reading, writing, and intifada, the revolution at the Ivy Leagues. Pro-Hamas lunatics swarming the campus at Columbia, right uptown from here, lighting flares, chanting various threats to Israel and the Jewish people, and tangentially through us. One student saying it was like a war zone.
It seems to me if you're going to chant death to America, death to Israel, but death to America seems to me you've chosen a side. Why not act on it? If you don't like America, why not act on your hatred for America?
I'd be very careful about what I said there on live television there, Jeannie. With the world full of idiots like it is, one of these idiots is liable to take you up on that, what you just said. So I'd be very careful about what I said on live television. You were supposed to be a judge. You think you know these things. But anyway, if you're an American, a Christian, or a Jew, it has everything to do with you because they want to see you gone. Back to what I was talking about with Joe Biden, how Joe Biden, the coward, and Benjamin Netanyahu, how Joe Biden said just take the win, and then he asked him not to retaliate back. First of all, this really grinds my gears, and let me go ahead and get this out there. The President of the United States is not the leader and ruler of the entire world. Okay? They are not. That would be Yeah, but anyway. Joe Biden asked Bibi not to retaliate. Well, what do you think happened? Have a gander.
Yeah, I've just gotten confirmation from a U.S. official that Israel has indeed struck Iran tonight. That what we are seeing, this explosion or explosions around the city of Isfahan is indeed an Israeli attack against Iran. This is the retaliation that we have thought may be coming for several days now, ever since Iran carried out that strike last weekend against Israel with those more than 300 drones, ballistic missiles, and cruise missiles. There are not too many details about the dimensions, the breadth of the Israeli strike tonight, but a U.S. official confirming to me just moments ago that what we are seeing is indeed Israel carrying out a strike against Iran.
And so here we are, my Winnebagos, at the end of the road. Still I can't let you go. No, sirree, Bobby Pin, I will not let you go. But anyway, after everything that I've shown you and told you today, tomorrow, into the future, what do you say? Feel like joining the next revolution? Yeah. Make that stand. You know, I'm still doing it. I had an epiphany. There's the name. Right there. There's the name. But the epiphany that I had told that you, when you go and vote, don't write this name down. Instead, write your own name down. Because this world needs more than one leader that is going to make that stand. You know? But if you're too afraid to write your own name down, but you don't like the ones that are running the other ones, then feel free to put my name in your place, because I will guarantee you 1,000,000% that I will make that stand against corrupt world governments worldwide. I will stand up against them. I'm already doing it. I have been doing it for 5 years now. But man, we're getting to the good part, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, sirree, Bobby Pin, we are getting to the good part. But like I said, write your name down, but if you're too afraid, put mine in your place. I know when you go and vote that you will make the right decision. Because like I always say, you always do. Always.
The government gives them the drugs, builds bigger prisons, passes a 3-strike law, and then wants us to sing God Bless America? No, no, no. Not God Bless America. God damn America that's in the Bible for killing innocent people. God damn America for treating us citizens as less than human. God damn America as long as she tries to act like she is God and she is supreme. The key.